Welcome everyone, my name is Coach Brandon.
And I'm Coach Stephanie.
And we're gonna move through a yoga flow today. We're very excited to be here with you all. So if you all just wanna join us, we're gonna sit crisscross applesauce. And hands can be in our lap or they can be right at our heart center. So yoga, Coach Stephanie, what do you know about yoga?
Well, it sounds like the word yogurt.
Yogurt? What do you mean yogurt?
That's what I think of. When you said yoga, I thought yogurt.
Okay, I guess if you're eating well and it's good nutrition, but what other things can you think about when you hear yoga?
Well, I know that it has to do with stretching.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of positions. I think they're called poses.
Good.
And I also know it's really great for relaxation.
Nice. So yoga is great for all sports. Yoga allows you to connect back with your breath and your movement. It also allows you to be nice and strong. And what else?
It also helps with being flexible. So if you're working your muscles really hard, like I know you have been doing today, it's great to stretch them out with yoga flow.
Awesome. So let's all join. We're gonna connect with our breath. Today is gonna be focused all on breath and movement. So we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna lift our arms up overhead. Your eyes can be gazed up at our hands and out. We bring our hands to heart center and through. Again, we breathe in through the nose and out. Breathe in one more time and out. So the breath has some qualities to it and it has some feeling. So I want us all to grab our ribs, have our hands right by the side of our ribs, and then let's do 3 more breaths. Can we do that?
Yeah, of course.
Let's go, everyone. Breathe in, fill up those lungs, and out. Breathe in, fill those lungs up like balloons, and out. One more time, big deep breath in, full deep breath, and out. So Coach Stephanie, what did you feel there?
When I breathe in, I feel my ribs expanding and everything getting nice and full, and then everything goes back to a more compressed shape when I breathe out. It also sounds kind of like the ocean.
Ooh, that is good too. So I want us to breathe in and then put our hands over our ears like they're headphones. So you could rock out to some music a little bit. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. But then let's connect back with our breath. So let's breathe in and out. Can you feel the ocean? Can you hear the ocean? Breathe in and out. One more big deep breath in. Fill those lungs up and out. Hopefully everyone is hearing that ocean and feeling that breath. So let's focus that throughout our whole practice today. So for our next pose, we're gonna get into a tabletop position. And then we're gonna drop our hips down to our heels for child's pose. And in child's pose, our knees are gonna come the width of the mat. We're gonna have our hands right out, stretched out in front of us, and our forehead is gonna drop down to the mat.
If you don't have a yoga mat, that's totally okay. I take my hands right here and make sure they're hip distance apart between my knees. And then I have the same distance as Coach Brandon with his yoga mat.
Good, so drop our whole body down to the mat. And Coach Stephanie, what color is your mat?
Well, I'm looking at some green turf right now, so green.
Okay, and mine is purple. So everyone at home, see what you have on the floor or on your mat. What is that color? And then just start to wiggle around in your child's pose. This is an important pose that we can come to at any time just to relax, just to regain our mind and regain our breath. So let's connect 2 breaths, big, full deep breaths in, fill up those lungs, feel our rib cage expand, and breathe out. One more time on your own. On the next inhale, let's have our eyes gaze towards our fingertips and start to reach our hips up into our tabletop position. And our table is strong or weak.
They're strong, Coach Brandon.
So let's be strong here. We're gonna wrap our rib cage around our spine. We're gonna tuck our toes and start to arch your back up. Belly button comes into your spine for our cat-cow cats. So here, just like a Halloween cat, we wanna arch our back up, belly button in, eyes and chin to our chest. And on our exhale, we're gonna look up, have our belly come down to the mat for a cow. We're gonna do that for a few breaths here. Breathe in and out. For cow, breathe in and out. For cow. What sound does a cow make?
Moo!
And a cat?
Meow.
Pretty good. So now we're gonna get into downward dog. So on our inhale, we're gonna lift our hips up into the ceiling and start to walk your dog. Pedal out those heels. Bend your right knee. Straighten your left. Bend your left knee. Straighten your right and just walk your dog out. Feeling that stretch behind the calves, behind the hamstrings, behind the kneecaps. Great job here. So we're gonna get back into our tabletop. So drop our knees down, drop back into child's pose. Everything comes down to the mat and connecting back with our breath. Great job, everyone. Great job, Coach Stephanie. Breathe in into tabletop. Let's do a round of cat-cows. Arch your back up, look up. You can even move. Or breathe out. Where's your meow?
Meow.
Breathe in and out. On our next inhale, reach our hips up into the sky. Downward facing dog. Now I want our knees to both be straight. Reach into the back of the room and see how far you can get your heels down to the ground or your mat.
Ooh, I cannot get my heels down yet, Coach Brandon. This hurts.
If you can't get your heels down yet, no problem. But see if you can push your body away from the mat. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. And then start to walk your feet into your hands. As you walk your feet into your hands, let's drop our body down. Grab our opposite elbows. Act like you're framing your face and smile. Good. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Drop your hands down to your toes. And on the next inhale, we want to come halfway up into tabletop. Breathing in. And on our exhale, we drop our head down for forward fold. Let's all bend our knees. And on our inhale, we're going to reach our arms up. Bring them together at the top of you. Bring them down to heart center on our exhale. And bring them all the way down for mountain pose.
Ain't no mountain high.
Ain't no valley low. Hold on.
You gotta focus.
We gotta focus here. So let's connect back with our breath in mountain pose. We're gonna breathe here in the mountains. If you think about them, throughout the rain, throughout the wind, throughout the storm, they're always standing tall.
Always standing tall.
So make sure you stand tall. You can lift your toes up a little bit off the ground and see if you can root your feet down into the earth. Good job so far. So let's breathe in one more time. Bring our hands up. Bring our hands down. And on our next inhale, we're gonna get into our first warrior pose of the day. So we're gonna, left foot is gonna come to the back of the mat. Whoops. And our right foot is gonna come to the in front of it.
Should I turn my toes to the side or towards the front?
Great question, Coach Stephanie. And if you're at home, you might have that same question. We want to see if we can get our toes on a 45-degree angle. So halfway between the front and halfway between the back.
Perfect.
Our front toes want to go straight out. And our knee, instead of it being straight, can we put a little bend to it and see if we can get a little lower? Our hands, let's reach our hands up into the sky for warrior one and see if you can be strong and powerful in your legs. Ooh. Let's breathe in and see if we can sit a little deeper, challenge ourselves.
Oh, it burns. It's hurting.
It burns, it burns. Breathe in, come all the way up, and see if you can jump back into mountain pose.
Ooh,
Here
I
in
like
mountain pose, make sure you're nice and big, you're nice and tall. Let's scrunch our shoulders to our ears, tense them up, and release. Drop them down the spine, shake it out a little bit, do a little dance if you want to, and let's get back into mountain pose. Let's breathe in, scrunch your shoulders with your ears, and release them down your spine. So now we're gonna get into warrior one on the opposite side. So our right leg now is gonna come back, and our left leg is gonna be in front. Do we want our knees straight, or do we want to add a little bend to it?
Let's bend it.
Let's bend it into warrior one. Breathe in, reach your hands up. You can look up at your hands. And if you want to challenge yourself, what do?
Oh, we go lower.
Sit a little lower.
Ooh.
Good job, warrior one. Hold it here, nice and strong. One more big deep breath in and out. On the next inhale, jump into mountain pose.
That one was harder than the first leg. Coach Brandon, why do we have to do both sides?
So when we do both sides in yoga, we want to work on our balance. So everything we do on the left, we also do on the right.
All right, all right.
And I also had a question for you, Coach Stephanie, and everyone at home. Who is your favorite warrior?
Oh, that's easy. My favorite warrior has got to be Mulan. She's strong, she's powerful, and she fights for the people that she loves.
Ooh, I would agree with that. So everyone at home, shout out your favorite warrior.
Oh, they all said Mulan too.
Oh, they agree with you. So let's get into warrior two now. Our next warrior, we're gonna, again, bring our left foot back. And now, instead of our hands going up, our right arm is gonna reach to the front of the room, and our left hand is gonna reach to the back of the room. And again, we talk about balance, so we wanna find that balance. Imagine you're surfing. Surfing USA.
Oh, yeah.
Surfing USA.
No, we can't go surfing. We gotta hold it.
All right, hold it nice and strong there. Drop the shoulders down the back. Reach forward, reach back. And on the next inhale, step into mountain pose. Remember balance, so let's do the opposite side. Step that right leg back. Left arm reaches to the front of the room, right arm reaches back. And let's surf. Surfing USA.
Yeah.
Surfing USA. Hold.
It happened again.
Breathe in, sit low, engage those muscles, and step
Ooh.
to the front of the room.
I feel like I'm getting stronger already.
I can see that as well. So we're gonna get, next pose is gonna work on balancing. So this is one of my favorite poses, Coach Stephanie, and this one is called tree pose. So I'll turn similar to you, and we're gonna work on balancing. So our left foot is gonna root through the earth. Our right heel is gonna come off of the mat, and then we're gonna just leave it there today. Our hands can be at our heart center, and then once we feel comfortable, we got to open our arms up, just like trees would bloom in the spring, trees bloom in the summer. And if you wobble a little bit, woof.
Coach Brandon, you know if you're wobbling, you can always find a spot like right across from you to focus on to help with your balance.
Okay.
Also, don't forget to breathe.
Ooh,
It's
that's
okay
what I
if you
was
lose your
forgetting.
balance. Don't forget to breathe.
So let's breathe in. Hearts, hands come to heart center and out. Shake out that right leg, shake out that left leg. And now we're gonna go on the other side. So our left heel now comes off of the mat. Hands come to heart center. And then we wanna lift up, reach up, look up. Great job.
If this is easy for you, can you try and bring your foot up higher on your leg?
Added challenge
Ooh.
there. How far can you get your leg?
Good.
Your foot up your leg.
Good job, friends.
Good job. release down, shake it out one more time.
Whew.
Now I want us to inhale and sit our hips back. And we're gonna move into frog pose.
You look like a frog.
What sound does a frog make, Coach Stephanie?
Ribbit, ribbit!
And what also do frogs do?
They eat flies. Are you gonna make us eat flies?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Unless they have chocolate on them.
Ooh, no. Frogs also jump though, right?
They do, and they jump pretty high. So let's do 3 frog jumps and see how high we can get. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh.
And then when frogs land, where do they land?
They land on their lily pads. Everybody knows that.
So let's drop our hips down. Land on your lily pad and bring those feet together and come into a butterfly. So here again, we want our spine nice and straight. Act like a string is lifting out of your head and your sitting bones are rooting through the earth. Sit up nice and long, breathe in, and make that butterfly fly up high. Make that butterfly fly away. What's the life cycle of a butterfly?
Coach Brandon, we start with a caterpillar, it goes into a chrysalis, goes through metamorphosis, becomes a butterfly.
All right, so it's time for us to go into our chrysalis. So we're gonna drop our head down to our feet and just feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Shake your head yes again, shake your head no, and if you want, start to flap those wings.
It's okay if your feet stink. Ours do too.
Now, on our next inhale, we want to lift up and morph into that butterfly, nice and tall, nice and big, ready to fly anywhere. Great job, everyone. On our next inhale, bring our knees to touch, bring our feet out in front of us. We also can put a little bend to our knees, no problem, if we're not there today. We're gonna breathe in, lift our arms up and out. We're gonna reach towards those toes. You can take your peace fingers and try to wrap them around those big toes. And this is a little tough on my legs.
Oof.
What muscles are working here?
I feel it in my hamstrings, I feel it in my calves, I even feel it in my lower back a little bit. This one hurts for some of us.
Good job. So here we don't have to round our back so much, but can we get it nice and straight and just feel that stretch in our hamstrings, our calves, and even our lower back.
Don't forget to breathe. This one really hurts for me, so I just have to keep breathing. Woo!
Good job. On our next inhale, release those big toes. We're gonna slowly lower one vertebrae by one vertebrae down to the mat, right on our back. And lift our knees up like a dead bug.
Blech.
And when dead bugs hit a window, what does the car do?
We need to turn on the windshield wipers.
So let's turn on our windshield wipers with our legs. Our legs are gonna move to the left and right. Loosening up that spine,
Ooh.
loosening up the back.
I feel it in my core a little bit too.
Absolutely. Good. 2 more times. 1, 2. Good job. So hold it in the middle. On our next exhale, release those feet down to the mat. Straighten the legs. Drop the head down. And we're gonna end off in our last pose, and that's our relaxation pose.
Oh, the
we
best
call
part.
Shavasana.
Love it.
So with our relaxation, you can have your eyes open, you can close your eyes, you can have them halfway open, your hands can come 8 inches away from you, your feet can be apart, and here we just want to connect back with that breath. Hear the oceanic breath that comes in and out, and thank yourself for practicing a full day, ending off with some yoga, some relaxation. As we were moving our bodies all day, we come to sit and take in all of our practices. Breathe in and out. And in the most comfortable way possible, come up to sit. Come back into crisscross. Our hands come together. We bow forward. Namaste.